What is up, everybody? I'm NoLuxGiven, and today we're going to check out Demon Bluff. This is something that has been on my radar for a little bit. Totally forgot about it. Saw Northern Lion made a video about it, and I figured now would be a good time to check it out. This game markets itself as a single-player social deduction game. What I think that actually means is they're going to wind up presenting us some logic puzzles in a fashion that we should be pretty familiar with from Blood on the Clock Tower, which is what this is based off of. And that is really all that I know. I've seen some screenshots, but I do not know what this game is actually going to look like here. Looks like there are 3 different modes, but currently there is only one available. And we are on the good team. I don't know if we will always be on the good team, but for now we are. There is one evil among all characters. Find it and kill it. This is your deck. These characters can be drawn and appear in your current game. So this would be in Blood on the Clock Tower. This would be the script of potential characters that we might see. The confessor says, if I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. It's a good villager, though, for now. So, maybe all characters could become evil or corrupted. We see villagers, outcasts, minions, and demons. Fairly straightforward port from Blood on the Clock Tower. And 4 villagers, 1 minion, 0 demons. I lie and disguise is what the minion does. The gem crafter is, I don't know all the Blood on the Clock Tower. I think it might be called, oh no, what is it? I'm not going to worry about the Blood on the Clock Tower equivalents for all of these things. Learn how far from me is the nearest evil. That's a pretty good one, but if an evil were to lie about it, it's kind of like a bounty hunter sort of thing. Maybe I'm thinking about that because it's called the Hunter. Learn how many evil characters I am adjacent to. Never trust the empaths. Learn if the closest evil to me is clockwise or counterclockwise. Learn equidistant if evil are at the same distance. So no storyteller discretion for the enlightened Shigenja. You can click on cards to reveal their characters. All right, well, I guess we'll start clicking on this one. Am I here? I don't think I'm here. So we just have 5 characters that are going to reveal their informations. I'm not even one of these players. I'm just going to see what everyone says and then determine which one of them I think is a liar. I am 1 card away from the closest evil. All right, that's pretty good info if you are telling the truth. But be careful, evil characters will lie about their role and info. Make sense? So do I just click all of them one at a time? And this is like a good way to like slowly, like I guess you probably could reveal all, but maybe this is a good way to like slowly present you with the information. Learn if the closest evil to me is clockwise or counterclockwise. They are saying counterclockwise and they are saying 1 away. So you would think here could be a possibility, but the hunter could be evil and then the enlightened is pointing towards them, or the enlightened could be evil. But right now, I think we already have it narrowed down to just these 3 choices. So I don't think this is going to give us any more information, so we can click it. It won't be a spoiler. I learned 1 good character. Number 3 is good. Wait, what? Yourself? You're saying that you're good? That would be a horrible, horrible ability in Blood on the Clock Tower, but sure, okay. How about you? If I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. You're not really telling me here anything either. And then learn how many evil characters are adjacent to me. Okay. So it's got to be that the gem crafter is evil. I think this is a fairly basic tutorial game because there's only 1 evil character on this board. It has to be the gem crafter. If it was the confessor, then both of these 2 would be wrong. So we know it's not that. If it was the enlightened, then the lover would be wrong. So let's click on the gem crafter and then click on this. click the dagger again to exit this mode. No, I want to be in here. I want to kill this guy. Yep, we got your ass. All right. New characters have now been unlocked. These are going to get shuffled in. Learn a good character and its role is the medium. Interesting. So, I mean, that just seems strictly better than the learn a good character thing. Tougher to bluff as well. We'll see how that goes. Pick one character, learn if they are lying. How does that differentiate from learn if they're evil? I'm not sure. So we've got one evil on this board. Medium, learn a good character, and its role number 4 is a real hunter. So let's take a look at that. And there are 2 cards away from the closest evil. So this could be an evil, or this could be an evil. Because we only have one evil, we know that it's between these 2, so we'll save them for last. Judge. Oh, I get to choose where the judge goes? Oh. Oh, pfft. It clicked itself. Can I undo? No, because I've gained information now. All right. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use that yet because I wanted to see what these other things are claiming. But sure, Judge, you are telling the truth. We already knew that the judge was not evil. It could have been the medium, but yeah, seemed good. Okay, so both of these are pointing at the hunter being real, so we just have to figure out which of these is wrong. If I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. Oh, and they're saying that they are dizzy. So that means that they are evil? Yeah, okay, well that was another fairly straightforward tutorial level. So I guess one of the characters just can't be a liar for some reason. Whatever. The wretch is an outsider, or what are they called in this? I forget, but I register as a random evil minion to other characters. So this is going to throw off some other people, but it's not somebody that we need to kill. And then we have the Empress. Learn 3 characters. Only one is evil. Right, okay. I've seen that before. That is, I want to say like the, I forget the names of all of these characters in Blood on the Clock Tower, so forgive me. We're going to start with number 1, which is the Wretch, or it could be an evil character pretending to be the Wretch, but we're going to keep that. Learn if the closest evil character to me is clockwise or counterclockwise. Huh. I register as a random evil minion to other characters. Well, why did the Enlightened not pick up that the Wretch was evil? It could be because the Enlightened is evil. I learn 1 good character. Number 5 is good. So number 5, what do you got for me? How far away is the nearest evil character? Are you going to say 3 away? Yes, I think the Enlightened is a big fat liar. I am good, and you are cleared. 1 is evil. 3, 4, or 2? Well, I was already kind of leaning 2. It's pretty good that I got it with only really 2 clues. Sometimes the Wretch, despite being a... So I actually have a video about this queued up where I am the Recluse, and which is this ability in Blood on the Clock Tower. And just the fact that I should misregister to people allows me to easily find the evil team because they are not... I'm not misregistering to them because they're making up their information. Anyways, number 4 is a real confessor. Yeah, we knew that. Let's get this Enlightened out of here. Not even close. You should have known. So the twin minion lies and disguises. So maybe we're just about to see a second minion enter the board. And the Jester picks 3 characters, learn how many of them are evil. And this is an ability that we get to use. We'll have to pick 3 characters, but if we can pick some characters that we know are good, we could potentially use that in a different way to get some information. And now I see why this isn't just a logic puzzle. There's a little bit of gaming to this because we're going to find out exactly Like we get to use some of these abilities as we see fit. Learn how many evil characters I am adjacent to. So one of these two is one of our two evils, which means there's also an evil among these four, or it could be the lover pointing out one of their evil friends. Okay, well, we've got a double claim. I'm going to assume that we can't have double claims. Maybe we can. Maybe we just totally can. But my gut from Blood on the Clock Tower is, okay, one of these lovers is lying, which is crazy that I already sussed out this one. So I'm kind of just going for my gut right there. The Wretch. Okay, well, I'm kind of interested in believing this lover because they've found a wretch. What else do we have right here? Empress says that 2, 5, or 7 is evil. Okay. That would be 2, 5 yourself, or 7. You are also pointing at the wretch. So I'm inclined to believe you. Let's see what else we have here. Learn a good character and its role. Number 6 is a real lover. I trust that so far. Are you dizzy? Oh, Confessor. Oh, sweet baby Confessor. Okay, so we know 2 players that are evil. So we could pinpoint somebody directly with the Jester. However, the Jester could also be our liar because these two are kind of going to point at each other. We could start with this. I'm not sure what happens when we kill someone. Do I now have another shot? Okay, I now have another shot. I haven't lost any life. Lose health when you execute an innocent. Get attacked by a demon or through different abilities. When you drop to 0 health, the current round is lost. Okay. So we should use our Jester ability. And we should actually use it on the 3 players. 5 or 7. We should use it on 3 players that we think are good. Because that would mean, I don't know if a medium is allowed to lie and spread real information. So as far as we know, the medium is also basically confirmed. But if we just like target these 3, we're not actually checking these 3. We're checking to see if the Jester will lie to us. Because if the Jester lies to us and says that all 3 of these are evil, or only one of these is evil, they cover for their minion, which maybe we should have done this before we put this person face up. Yeah, they say that there's 2 evil, so I'm going to take out this second lover here. Again, I'm not sure if people can double claim in this game. My gut kind of says no, because there's only one of each of these in my deck. Like, they just gave us a twin minion. We do not have a twin lover. So I'm going to assume that there can only be one of each thing on the board. I think that's a reasonable assumption. And because of that, one of those lovers was certainly lying. Lose if you execute me. Okay. Cool. And so this is the Saint, and then this is the Soldier. I can't die by anything. Okay, interesting. So I guess there's no reason... Well, it says when you execute an innocent. So I guess we still can't execute the knight, right? Okay, anybody checking you out just yet? 1 is evil. 1, 8, or 6. Yeah, lying Jester could be pretty problematic because a Jester's pretty good otherwise. Ooh, pick 1 character, learn if they're lying. Maybe we'll actually use that this time. Ooh, and we've got a double claim. Hunter. I am 2 cards away from the closest evil, so that's either the Judge or the Confessor, who we know is good. All right. And number 6 is good. So a little confirmation chain going on here. Gem Crafter. Gem Crafter clears the Hunter. Hunter clears the Confessor. And so the Hunter is pointing at the Judge. No real sense in using this Judge, maybe. We could use them to point at the Jester. just to see, like, maybe they wouldn't sell out their evil teammate, but maybe they would. And then I think all we have to do is use this judge to pick off the Empress. All right. I'm willing to go for this. I don't think we need to use the Jester there. Save ourselves some time and see how many abilities we can, like, leave on the table, right? How much we can kind of speed run it to some extent. You cannot reveal the last card. Ooh, cool. So if the witch is in play, then we really do have to start. So the witch is going to hide information from us. That's a lot of fun. And then the scout learns how far a specific evil is to another closest evil. And I wonder what happens if I stab the witch. Will I then be able to reveal the last card? Possibly. Possibly. It's tough, though, like, if you wind up not revealing... if you wind up not revealing an evil player, like, how would you know? And then you could have somebody that's, like, clearing a hidden card. That could be fun. All right, there's our Jester. We're going to save that. I learn one good character. Yeah, now imagine, like, if I never flipped over 4. And I know 4 is good, but it's not giving me any more information. Well, because we know 4 is good, let's see if we can get some good information here, which is 3 cards away from the closest evil. I'm going to mark both of these as... Can I, like, mark people as good in any capacity? When hovered over, you will see information like bluffs used by killed characters, info from previous days, or order in which cards were revealed. Now, I'm curious if there is a way for me to, like, mark someone as, like, I definitely trust this person. Doesn't look like I can really add notes in any capacity. So if the witch is 3 cards away from the closest evil... The witch could be here. So basically what I'm... Yeah, it basically locks out the gem crafter from being the witch with it. Or... But, like, the gem crafter could be the witch with this. Let's see what this is here. Which is 1 card away from the closest evil. All right, well, I don't trust your witch ass. Let's get you out of there. And we have to be careful because we're not going to be able to... Oh, witch is 3 cards away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's not the gem crafter. It's the Jester. Wha-bam! That was pretty clean. I only revealed 2 characters and then was able to figure out where those other 2 evils were. That, I think, was pretty good. All right, is this a demon? No. This is another minion. 1 fake outcast. I thought that minions would maybe have an orange border and demons would have a red, but it looks like everything has a red. Maybe that's because we're in the tutorial. If you, by the way, are finding this fun, it's currently free to check out this demo on Steam. And I believe there was also a web-based demo, and it might be on that, like, itch.io website as well. I saw that a while ago. I saw this on the Blood on the Clock Tower subreddit, but I know that there is a free demo currently on Steam if you want to check this out, if it's looking like fun to you. Ba adds 1 fake outcast to the deck view. 1 fake outcast is added to the deck view. Oh, I don't know what that means. What's the deck view? Does that mean that they tell me... Click to see cards in your deck. So I would think this is the deck view, but it's definitely not. What does 1 fake outcast is added to the deck view means? Is that this? It's like throwing off the count. I'm not totally sure what we're dealing with just yet. Which is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Let's go 2 away from the scout and see what we can get. Knight says, I can't die. We'll see about that. It's a bad evil bluff to be the knight because you're not sowing misinformation with a play like that. Let's go for the cardinal points to start. I'm 3 cards away from the closest evil. So if we trust the hunter, we're looking at here or here plus one of the other non-cardinals. Because the witch will be 2 cards away from the closest evil. That's if we trust both the scout and the hunter. This could be our evil team throwing out some really good misinfo. Maybe we should get a little bit... Oh, wait, I'm 3 away from the closest evil. Wait a second. Because this is not... The other one can't be here. Like, if one's here, 3 away, then the other one can't be 2 away, because then that would be closer to the hunter. However, if the hunter had 3 cards away for an evil right here, the other one would then be right here, and that could just be our entire evil team. It's checking out so far. Let's see what else we can learn. Jester. So there's probably a mathematical thing that we can figure out, considering that the witch has to be 2 cards away from the closest evil. But I kind of just want to see, like, how many evil are right here. Yeah, there's 2 evils. So I want to see, is there a way where this isn't the case? So I guess that would be like the Jester and the Scout could be the evil team, but then that would make the Hunter's information wrong. Is there a way where it's the the Jester plus the Hunter? Yeah, that still works. It could still be the Jester plus the Hunter lying. Let's go for... I can't come up with a world where... Yeah, so the hunter is either evil or they're good. But either way, these 2 cards are pretty likely to be good. Let's see what this one is. Bombardier, all right, we'll leave you alone. And what else do we have? Confessor, you're good. Did not really learn anything there. We do still get to flip over 1 more card, but I do think that both of these are probably our evil team. Let's see what they say. Right, well, we have a double claim. I am 4 cards away from the closest evil. Well, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the Bombardier's evil. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the Bombardier's evil. Where's the other evil player? You just outed yourself. What a terrible play. Oh, I'm curious. Now that I've killed the witch, can I flip this over? I can. Ooh, closest evil is clockwise. Oh, all right, so I'll kill the Jester. Whatcha! No way. No way. All right. Slayer, pick 1 character. If evil picked, executed. That is exactly what it does in Blood on the Clock Tower. Well, not exactly, but pretty close. Learn how many evils are adjacent to each other. The chef. Okay, knitter is also good theme for it. And my final score here is 990. So I guess we're done. Or are we still going? I don't know. Maybe we just started a new run? Not sure exactly. Oh, Ascension 2. Okay. And then we, like, prestiged. Not exactly sure how all of the scoring and stuff works. I'm just having fun playing some little puzzle games. Here's the current deck. A Slayer, a Gem Crafter, a Jester, a Lover, a Wretch, and a Witch. I think the most important thing to know is what the evils are on the script. We'll figure out what the good guys are when we flip them up, but it's important to know, like, for instance, for a Witch, that we might not be able to keep going. No adjacent evils. Let's take a look at these. Number 4 is good. All right, a little confirmation chain here. And the Jester. So here, with only 1 evil in the game, we could Jester and we could pick 1, 2, 3. And if we learn that one of those players is evil, then we know it's between these 2. Now, if we learn that 0 of those players is evil, we know it's this one. I don't think that that's getting any better for us. we basically, it's just like a random 1 in 3 that this might work. So let's try this out. I'm going to clear all of these. There is 1 evil. All right, we got your ass. I did get lucky. I did get lucky. But we were able to get it done. Poisoner. All right, so here is where the game might go up a level here. 1 adjacent villager is corrupted if possible. This could be... yeah, this could just be tough. Now people might be lying, no fault of their own. They might be lying and good. Learn how far I am from the closest corrupted character. So a little bit of sniffing out of some poisoning. Learn how far I am from the closest corrupted character. If possible. If possible. 2 evils adjacent to me. Okay. Well, either you're lying or you're corrupted. But if you're corrupted, then one of your adjacents is still evil. So that's funny. But I guess this still kind of paints you like a liar. Now, I don't think that a corrupted player is lying. I think there's a distinction between someone lying and corrupted. Let's figure out if the liar... Okay. Number 1 is lying. So lying just means evil, right? Yeah. 2 evils adjacent to me. Let's see what else we got going on here. Bombardier. We're going to keep you there for a moment. Jester. It would be nice to check the Bombardier. We check like Bombardier, Judge, and Twin Minion. I wonder if the characters will ever sell out their own, like... Evils are allowed to lie. Are they allowed to tell the truth? If they are, then I feel like it becomes potentially unsolvable, but we'll see how this goes. 2 evils adjacent to me. All right. Empaths aren't real. Curious what everyone else was working with here. Number 1 is good. They were corrupted, cute, and then the bard was 2 spaces away from the corrupted character. Cool, cool. I wonder if we get like more points for having less cards revealed or less misses or anything interesting like that. Okay, fortune teller. Pick 2 characters. Learn if any of them is evil or are evil. Is evil? I'm not sure. But same ability here as Blood on the Clock Tower, or very similar. Oracle, learn that 1 out of 2 characters is a specific minion role. Wait, what is this? Has a 60% chance to disguise as a copy of a random villager or outcast in town. Oh, minions are somewhat likely to double claim, just like in Blood on the Clock Tower, because they don't get their bluffs. Okay, so that's why we've seen some double claims. Gotcha. 60% to double claim, but they might just pick up on something totally random there. Both of the minions were double claiming each other, which was fun. Learn a good character, and its role, number 1, is a real medium, or number 1 could be a poisoner. A medium that has information clearing their neighbor, it has to be suspicious. Wait, number 1 is a real medium? Oh, that's hilarious. Number 2 is a real medium. Oh, you dirty dog, that's indistinguishable. Well, certainly one of them is poisoning the other, and we will find out which is which based off their proximity to the bard. That's the wretch. Where's the bard? Okay, that's sussy. I am good. So the lover could be lying. It could be lover plus medium, or it could be that this is actually just a liar. Let's see what else we got here. 1 is evil. 3, 6, or 4. Or you. This is the trickiest one so far. Oh, and we're done. So there's a witch in play. So 3, 6, or 4. A witch blocking herself from revealing is actually not that strong. So let's think of what the possibilities are here. I guess we do actually need 3, 6, or 4. Oh, it could just be that the wretch is misregistering, which means it's 2 and 7. That's what it was. It was the misregistration that killed the beast, and that was just a night. Not going to give us any additional information there regardless. Wait, how did I... Oh, I was wrong. Are these two just double claiming and they're minions with each other? Oh, they got me. They got me. This went red, so I didn't even realize that I had gotten that wrong there. But yeah, the Empress was cleared because she found the wretch. Possibly. She could always get lucky. I don't know yet if evils are allowed to tell the truth. That's the biggest question mark that I have about this game. But we got our first incorrect guess there. The witch didn't really help. It was just the evils double claiming each other that made that really suspicious. I thought for sure one of them was a poisoner corrupting the other. So game start, one good villager is corrupted. Okay. Sure, and oh, this is a puzzle drunk. Pick one character. If it's corrupted, learn an evil character. Cool. But if it's not corrupted, then you don't learn anything. So you can clear that character as the corrupted character, but you might just be pointing at an evil character. Villagers to the left and right of me, by 2, are cured from corruption. Learn how many I cured. All right. Now, what happens if you are curing someone that then would be puzzle drunk? That's kind of like indistinguishable, huh? There's one pair of evil. All right, so this is, I think, a great example where we are potentially looking for a recluse who a real plague doctor. That's another question, is like, I assume that the plague doctor has already corrupted someone, but we do want to flip them up so that way we can uncorrupt someone. One evil adjacent to me is like kind of impossible. So I think that the plague doctor might want to check the knitter. Yeah, okay. This seemed to not make sense because how could you put an evil here and then like have a pair and make all of the other information work? So the knitter was corrupted, which means that number 2 is evil. I could have told you that, I suppose, because that meant that they were sitting next to the poisoner. Or not. Oh, the plague doctor corrupted the knitter. Right. Okay. So I trust the medium, I trust the lover, I trust the knitter. Goodbye. The plague, lying about being the plague doctor could be an interesting play, though, too. All right, some new characters here. How are we looking on runtime? About 30 minutes. Looks good to me. I'll probably make this like an hour-long video and play some more. If people want to see some more runs of this, I feel like I'm kind of in the tutorial right now, but that's a good introduction to the game for sure. And game start, one villager becomes an outcast role, and I sit next to an outcast. This makes more sense to me than the other thing that like changes the outcast in the deck. That was confusing, but it also outs itself with adjacency. And then game start, I disguise myself as a good villager currently in play. So Doppelganger is going to double claim someone, kind of like a pixie, spreads a little bit of distrust, but ultimately winds up confirming someone, which is pretty cool. Now, interestingly, yeah, if we look at this, It doesn't say I can lie. It says I lie. Character info is false. And we know that the disguise isn't optional. So I think that evils always lie. I don't think it's optional. I think that they always have to be lying here. Jester could be a good one. Scout Counselor is 3 cards away from closest evil. And Counselor, is that the one we just found? Yes. So if we find an outsider, we could find the Counselor. And then 3 away will be another evil. I'm trying to think where we'd want to potentially click these. I don't think that it necessarily matters. 2 pairs of evil. I think that that's wrong. Wait, there's 3 evils? What? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. No, there's just a lot of evils here. So 2 pairs could mean that the Counselor is sitting next to the Recluse. And then there's just another evil a little bit away from that. Okay. Here's the trick. One of these scouts could be lying, or one of these scouts could simply be the outsider that we just learned, which means the other one is actually confirmed. One of them could be... Oh, I don't see it here. Wait, where's the guy that we just figured out about? One fake outcast is added to the deck view. I don't understand that still. This makes a lot more sense, but... Well, we do possibly have a witch. We can check which one of these is real by if we have a... Well, I guess we probably have a witch regardless, whether that's right or wrong. All right, here's the Plague Doctor, which makes me think this could be the Counselor. Probably want to check these scouts with the Jester. So, interesting thing with the Knitter here is 2 pairs of evil could mean that this is a pair and then this is a pair. That's the other way that you get 2 pairs of evil. It's definitely something that I'm considering. Let's actually check that out right now. It might be that. It might be that. So if we check to see if the Jester is corrupted, which they are not, they could be lying, but they're not corrupted. Well, let's reveal a little bit more information, huh? Fortune Teller, learn if any of them is evil. Yes, there's some evil among them. That's good. And that's the Bombardier. Yeah, this is our evil team. Oh, they were good. Oh, so the Jester was a liar. Well, the witch is dead now, so I can flip this up. Okay. Because all 3 of these aren't liars and this Jester is not corrupted, it has to be that person is evil. And the Counselor is 3 away. 1, 2, 3 from the nearest evil. 1, 2, 3. Well, we know it's not the Confessor, and we know it is the Witch. We also know that there are 2 pairs of evils somehow. So that is just wrong. We don't have 2 pairs of evils. I picked 3 evils, and this guy said, oh, it's 3 of them. But it's clearly not 0. This guy also should have went with the 3 evils plan. They did not get the memo. And you've lost your team the game, my friend. That was a spicy one for sure, yeah. Finding the witch there was good. Though, yeah, it was interesting because we like trusted some bad info. Oh, I think I actually did that a little bit too hastily. No, because that was a witch, wasn't it? How are there 2 evils? Or 2 pairs of evils? Because that wasn't true, I don't think. So now we've got the drunk, which just disguises itself as a random not in play villager. I'm corrupted and I lie. Cannot be cured. So cannot be cured by the, puzzle master or whatever. Druid picks 3 characters, learn 1 random outcast. You pick characters, but that probably means you pick numbers. 1 random outcast among them, if any. I don't quite know what that means, but I guess it's just a way to potentially find a drunk. And there are 3 evil characters here. You could also use it to check and make sure that someone actually is a bombardier. Minion is 3 cards away from the closest evil. Minion is just generic. 1 fake outcast is added to the deck view. One, two, three, four. Wait, is the deck view like what is actually on the board for this game? So this game actually confidently has a Scout, Empress, Slayer, Alchemist, and Enlightened, and just one of these is a liar. Is not actually in the game. Gotcha. I'm not sure how that's like that good, but whatever. All right, Minion is 3 cards away from the closest. Maybe we're going to find out how it is useful here. Slayer attacking the Bombardier is useful because we can check if they are truthing or not. And now the Scout. Do we have the... No, so this double claim does mean at least one of them is lying. Counselor is 1 card away from the closest evil, which would not give them that much room to run. But this one seems like a lie, because how are you 3 away from the closest evil? That means if one is here, one is 1, 2, 3 away, and then the other one has to be like within this space. So not much room to hide there. I cured 1 corruption. Which points at either this or this being counselor poisoned, right? Because it's 2 in either direction. So that's actually some pretty good information. Because the alchemist cleared this, unless the alchemist is lying, we know we can trust the Scout and the Empress's information. 1 of 5, 4, or 2 is evil. I mean, I feel like it's 2. That's my gut. My gut is that you're pointing at your own counselor, and then this would also be evil. But if that's true, well, I guess that's true. Yeah, is only 1 evil? Only 1 is evil. Let's see if this is the counselor. Could not kill. So that's pretty good info. That means that this person... or the Slayer is lying. But if the Slayer is lying, then our team is Empress, Scout, Slayer, because only one of these 2 can be evil, because this is not corrupted. So I think we can kill this minion here. All right, and now we know that the minion is 3 cards away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Scout, you're not giving me fun info there. And then 1, 2, 3. Could be this one. I think that 5 is a liar, though, too. Huh. No, I think that this... Neither of these can be a liar unless they're a liar with the scout, right? So it has to be the bombardier. Oh, that is spooky. That is spooky. But we should only have one outsider here. That is actually really worth knowing. Will lie and their ability won't work. Oh. Minion is 3 cards away. 1, 2, 3. Corrupting the Slayer. Not corrupted. So this guy's good. 1, 2, 3. I think it's both 3 and 9 is where I'm currently at. Let's see if this gives us any more info. So I think currently my leading theory is that this is the counselor that tried to corrupt the Empress. Or this is the counselor that corrupted the scout. But then what did the alchemist clear? It could be, right, it could be that this alchemist is lying, this alchemist is truthing. I wonder if I could have used the Plague Doctor on the Empress here. I guess I might be able to flip this up. I can. Counterclockwise. 2, 3. It kind of points away from this alchemist, or... This is evil. Who did I... Oh, a Slayer shot here. Who did I Plague Doctor? I Plague Doctored here. So this could be the counselor corrupting this. I really don't want to go for Bombardier, right? Scout has to be good. Unless the Empress is poisoned. I feel like there is a little bit of like randomness in this, but you are allowed to get one wrong. I'm not sure if you're allowed to get one wrong each like board effectively, but I think so. And then we also have to execute into this double claim. The fact that we have to, that's the thing. Okay, so here's a minion. We know that 3 cards away from them is the closest evil. That is just not true. Because one of these two is closer and has to be lying. I think all of this... But we know the Bombardier... Well, we know one of these outsiders is also lying. It could be the Plague Doctor, too. The Plague Doctor feels real because the Alchemist... But how is this counterclockwise? And it's not... So... We need to place an outcast. The outcast could be the Empress. I think the outcast is the Empress. But then, where is this corruption getting cleared? I guess this is the counselor? Alright. Bah. Alright, so that clears up some of this other stuff here. But... Well, now we know that both of these two are cleared because the Enlightened was pointing at Ba. It could be the Slayer. But I still think that this has to be the guy that's making a corrupted, or not a corrupted, but an outcast. Because I don't think that the Ba creates an outcast. All right, I was right. That was tricky. I mean, I like that it's getting trickier, for sure, for sure. Pooka. Game start, villagers adjacent to me are corrupted. So this is actually the Nodashi. Very powerful ability, but sort of outs itself in how much misinformation there winds up being. Okay. 2, 9, or 4, which means 2, 9, and 4 are actually like most likely to be pretty good. One's going to point at the other one. Number 4 is a real alchemist. 0 corruptions. Makes me feel like 9's the evil one. Maybe we wait on that. Do we have a witch? We do. So maybe we'll leave 9 for the end, but we also know we have a Pooka. Number 2 is a real medium. Do we have an outcast that is the double claim? So this could be our doppelganger. And interestingly, villagers are corrupted, but outcasts are not. So my current guess is this is a doppelganger, and I guess doppelgangers actually get good information too, which seems crazy. Oh gosh. Number 5 is a real jester. Okay. And we do have a witch, yes? Yes. Okay. That's all we get. So we also have multiple activate abilities and multiple double claims. No corruptions. 2, 4, or 9. I mean, what does that mean, lying? If we can see that they're... Well, actually, this could be someone clearing their demon. But then how does the demon get the good info? Is this then just like the whole evil team? Number 6 is saying the truth. That this is a medium. And this is an alchemist. There's no way that Wham Bam Bam is the evil team, because this is also a real alchemist. Huh. If the Empress is telling the truth, then we know that 9 is evil. But we also can't have multiple judges. I feel like the only thing that makes sense is that 6, 2, 3, 4 are all good because there's a chain with them. Which means that 1 is like probably good, but not necessarily good. I also think that it means 7 and 5 are bad. What if we have the jester themselves? There are 0 evils among 9, 7, 5, eh? What if that was the evil team? 5 is saying the truth? Wow. But 8 could be lying. But if 8 is lying, then it's 8, 7, 5. and then one has bad info. Oh, but people could have, people might not be lying. They might just have bad info. Right. Right. Okay. Well, here's something interesting. We have not seen a Slayer, which means this has to be a Slayer, which means they have to be good. They have to be good. Which means the Empress is lying. So the judge could be poisoned by the medium, which is actually the Pooka. I'm going with my gut here. That was the real medium. Ah, shoot. So the judge is poisoned, and the Empress is poisoned, and the medium is lying. If this was really the medium, then both of the other mediums are lying. Not even doppelganger, like just straight up lying. Witch, Slayer. We can use that to kill the other medium. I don't think that's the most useful because I think that this... Oh. No. The doppelganger that was being pointed to was real. Oh, bummer. All right, well, maybe that is a good place to lose one heart on last heart loose, current score, and restart the run. Okay, so we do actually have a little bit more time to go here. This video has been about an hour, though, so I think I might call it. Well, you know what? Let's not end on a sour note. Let's try to clear a board that actually has a Pooka on it. Is this also witch? That's the only thing we have to do. Witch check, no witch. So we can freely clear all of these, right? Okay. Might be information overload at some point, but we got some info there. Equidistant and 6 is good. So if that's a little confirmation chain, we also know that, well, do we have an extra outsider here? We do have a counselor. So, Gemcrafter, you're kind of looking sussy as a counselor, though Empress, you're looking sussy pointing at a bombardier. I don't know about that. And then you're pointing at 6 or 7. Number 1 is a real bombardier. I don't trust the Empress. Oh, Empress is also a double claim. Also, we did learn something important. The doppelganger does not lie. They put out true information, and I believe they are impervious to the poison of the Pooka, which is also kind of a tricky thing to deal with. Now, 1 is evil, 5, 6, or 7. I feel like it could be the fortune teller. So right now, this is my evil team. I guess we have to get a little bit more information here. And I think I want to do this. Neither of them are evil. Or you are Pooka poisoned. How about you? Neither of them are evil. Or you are lying. Closest evil is equidistant. So that kind of makes you feel like it's either these two. This is actually the best info here. Enlightened. Yeah. Because either these two are both evil or these two are both evil. Or the enlightened is evil. But we know that there's some double claims. So the fact that the enlightened points to 2 double claims at equidistance, I think I'm going to go here. Yes. Which means that 1 or 9 does contain an evil. Probably. Because you were lying. And you were just getting Pooka poisoned. So this is the guy that makes the counselor. Yeah, that's his name. Okay, great. That time it was easy somehow. But, I mean, the Enlightened could have just been lying, and then that would have been really tough. But there was a lot of double claims on the board, too. So that made some stuff easier. So the Baker, reveal one random, unrevealed good villager becomes a Baker. Oh. So you get to clear someone, but then you don't get that cleared info. Learn which side of the circle is more evil. Learn equal if both sides are equally evil. Oh, Ascension level increase. Nice. So now we are level 3. And it's a little bit of a reset. So now there's only 2 evils among these characters, and we are not getting those new things that we just learned. So we're like slowly introduced to more things over time, but they're not always like in play immediately. The game creates, puzzles independently based off what is newly added. This is something that we do get to pay attention a little bit to. Minion Ba. Right, so the Wretch or the Plague Doctor basically gives the Ba a free bluff if it wants it. And was the other minion a witch or not? No, just a minion. So no witch, no baker. We can just reveal everything. There are no corrupted characters. I am 2 cards away from a corrupted character. I am dizzy. Confessor. But there is a real confessor. I'm a little bit confused now that I've gone into the deck portion of the game. Number 7's a real bard. But how did the confessor get dizzy? How does a confessor get dizzy? I'm confused. 2 away from a corrupted, but I don't think you are. I think you're just evil with the confessor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it's just because there's always an extra villager so that the demon has a bluff. Yeah, so, okay, here we go. Minion has a 60% chance to disguise as a copy of a random villager or outcast in town, and then the demon always disguises as a unique villager, cannot double claim a good character. That's the difference, and that's the difference in Blood on the Clock Tower as well, so that's fairly straightforward. We're getting a new, I don't know if this is a demon or a minion. The border should probably be a different color, but there are 2 same villager roles in current village. So this just makes 2 of the villagers double claim each other. Okay. Yeah, that's tricky. So there could be like 3 of something even, because one's a shaman and the other 2 are just in a double claim. Learn up to 3 characters. Among them are 1 villager, 1 outcast, and 1 evil, if possible. So I believe that would result in, like, in play. That's a little complicated. But we don't have to deal with it just yet. We do have a shaman and a doppelganger. Oh gosh, we could have we could just have a board full of lovers right here. No witch, right? Yeah, but let's reveal things one at a time just to make it a little bit easier to figure out. The right side is more evil, and it looks like the center counts for both, according to the architect. So among this, well, in order for that to be more evil, that would have to mean that these 3 contain no evil. Or the evil is architect plus 1 of these, but if we're trusting the architect, I think we can also trust 5, 6, and 7. We might be able to find a bunch more architects, but yeah, lover looking good. I think we're going to find a bunch of lovers here. Minion is 3 cards away from the closest evil. Considering they have to be locked to this region, I think we're looking at an 8-3 pairing here. Right side is more evil. This could just be a doppelganger. Could just be a... I guess we're looking for an architect over here that says the left side is more evil. But why would you not point to the other side, right? Closest evil is counterclockwise. I think you're evil, buddy. Minion is 2 cards away from the closest evil. I also think you're evil, so I don't know why I revealed you just yet. I am 1 card away from the closest evil. Checks out to me, Hunter. And 1 evil. I mean, all of this checks out with what I was already feeling, so wacha. And wacha. Cool. Yeah, doppelganger. Just giving out some true info there. Puppeteer. Random adjacent villager becomes a puppet. Oh, it gives you a marionette? It's evil, but cannot lie. Okay. So you're going to need to find the puppeteer first, and then you can find which of their minions, because it'll be face up as a puppeteer. So that'll be fairly straightforward, but oh my goodness gracious. We've got a shaman. We've got a poisoner. We've got a drunk. A hunter, a lover, an empress, an architect, and a baker. All right, let's start here. Baker. Well, no, I flipped you first. I flipped you first, friend. I'm sorry, that's a horrible bluff. I can't be doing that. One of these is evil. 1, 2, or 8. Yourself? This could be a puppet actually just telling the truth. There's 4 evils on this board. That is wild. 1 evil adjacent to me. Okay, let's look elsewhere. That's so funny to put yourself in your own puppet info. I was a baker. That could just be how this works. Oh, Mark. Mark. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know why this didn't pop up the whole time, and it's right behind me. It's right behind me, isn't it? But you can mark things with 1, 2, 3, or 4. Well, 4 is to remove existing marks. I'm going to say I think that this is good for right now. And I'm going to say I think you are evil for sure. For sure. And what's the other one? You can mark orange as well. Oh, I don't know if that would be for minion or for outsider, but I guess it doesn't matter. Well. Oh, but there's a doppelganger? No, there's a drunk. Oh, wait. Oh, but the baker should say I was something else. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, now, either way, we have 1 real baker and 1 faker baker. I'm not sure. Not sure. Yeah, 1 away from the closest evil. I trust you. Well, yeah, because... So they can't be drunk, because drunk would have bad information. I am corrupted and I lie. Cannot be cured. Random, but not in play. Random, not in play. Right. Oh, because we don't have a demon. So the drunk is taking one of these roles. Alright, so we'll be able to clear some people just based off this stuff. This might be our drunk. The right side is more evil. It's possible. Alright, and then we have got another double claim here. So the hunter 4 away. Oh, well, yeah, I think this is just our drunk. Oh, they're poisoned. You're actually just poisoned. Oh, but the baker could be poisoned too. Wait a second. No, I think the baker is definitely poisoned. Because I think they turned into a baker and now they're lying about their info. Oh, but then how is this hunter good? There's a lot of misinfo here. All right, what other minions do we have? We have a puppeteer. And there are two... Wait, there are two same villager roles? But nothing ever baker flipped. That's the confusing part here. We know that this hunter is wrong. If you're wrong and sitting next to a poisoner, that's a pretty dang good disguise, but you could just be evil. Let's take a look at this. Both of them are pointing at 8. Who is the hunter? Huh. I mean, I'm kind of willing to just send that. But the right side is more evil, according to the architect. Which... I think I'm about ready to... but then why did nothing turn from the bakers? The baker's supposed to flip somebody else. Nobody turned. I don't like that nobody turned from this baker. Okay. Yeah. That was enough for me to figure that out. The architect... Well, I wonder, would the hunter learn that they're 0 away from the closest evil? That would be such a bad puppet. Both of them are telling the truth right now. Both of these are pointing at the hunter. This is also pointing at the architect. I'm 4 away from the closest evil. You're just poisoned, buddy. You are just poisoned. So I guess we actually... Wait. Don't we actually know that all of these are good? I mean, we don't know that this is good. Why do I know that this is good? We know that the lover's good, though. And we know that this baker is good. Oh, wait, this baker was poisoned. Because we know... Oh, we are finally logic puzzling. So now we know definitively, because this baker stuff was confusing. First time seeing the baker, by the way. First time, like last game, the baker... Wait, no, the poisoner was also a baker. That was this game. Right. So the poisoner was the baker pretending to be the architect. The puppeteer was the baker. Oh, and if I had flipped these over in a different order, that could have been super confusing to me. Wow, so I got pretty lucky here. But now that we've cleared both of these two as evil, we know that this baker is real. And they are saying that they were a baker, but their ability never worked. So they are corrupted by this poisoner, which means that this hunter isn't corrupted, which means this hunter is actually corrupted. So this baker's also evil? I thought that was going to solve a lot. Well, that could make it for a fun short, I suppose. Okay, well, now that we know that this guy's corrupted... The other hunter just has to be lying, right? This is the puppet. Oh, gosh. So how was this wrong? I don't know if I want a summary. Oh, the shaman. Wait, no. Yeah. The shaman is making two people double claim each other. Oh. Dang. Okay, that threw me off. You got me. Lose 1 health on last heart, lose current score, and restart the run. I don't want to restart. I'd happily, like, retire. It looks like we're still going in the same run. I don't know why, like, I ascended, so maybe that's why I got my heart back. I don't love calling it on a loss, but I've been playing for over an hour, so I feel like that's probably more than enough time to have talked about this, but I'm interested in playing this again because this has been fun. I just think that, like, for video length time, we should probably be cutting at about now. So I don't currently understand, like, the exact structure of the game, and I do believe we have to get to Ascension level 4 in order to unlock the other modes. Can I, like, pause? Can I go to menu and pause the run? All right, so it looks like I'm pausing this, but I can pick this back up. This is standard. And then reach the final village and die as few times as you can along the way. Each village unlocks new, unique characters. Increase difficulty. Every village is randomized. So is this like a story mode a little bit? Potentially. More challenging characters and scenarios unlocks when you reach Ascension 4 in Standard, and then this is coming soon. This will allow people to experiment with their own thing. So it seems like this is actually the main game mode for now, and we will continue to unlock more things. Maybe this is a little bit, I mean, it's a single player game. Maybe this is kind of like a single player let's play sort of experience, and if so, you can join me for episode 2, but for this one, that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.